What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here on my second channel, the Jeremy Hambly channel. Hopefully you'll leave a like in the video and you'll subscribe so you stay up to date. YouTube only sends 1 or 2 notifications a day. That's part of the reason I started a second channel, so that you guys would be notified. And it's now headed towards around 8 o'clock Eastern, and I continue to cover this story. I can report to you that the man who took the life of Charlie Kirk is in custody right now. Social media is running wild with various theories. There are pictures circulating that they may have been a they, them. But there's also another very hard to ignore theory, and that is this was a professional hit. Everything about this makes me remember Butler, Pennsylvania. Guy running on the roof. Perfect shot from way too far with that was way too lucky. 200 yards allegedly this person fired from. Perfect shot, essentially. So it could have went a little higher, perhaps a little lower, but could not have wavered to the left or the right much. Just with Donald Trump. Here we have Cat sharing precision shot, guaranteed instantly to take him out. And by the way, I said this on X. When I saw the video, I knew there was no way he was leaving that scene alive. I held on hope, but it was just too much. There was too much damage. Suspect apprehended, who's a nut and tries to take blame, but wasn't even actually the real person. So allegedly, that old man on the scene was trying to take credit for it, but he was unarmed and just some sort of nut job, or many people believe perhaps working with the shooter or had knowledge of the event. Not a single other suspect apprehended, well, until now. If you didn't know what a professional hit attempt looks like, now you do. Charlie Kirk is in heaven. He very clearly and repeatedly made it clear that Jesus Christ saved him from his sin. He does not have eternal fire waiting for him like the demonic left, and that he so peacefully and patriotically fought against for the last 14 years. I disagree with Charlie Kirk on a lot of things, as you probably did too. Well done, Charlie. If you can achieve 1/1000th of what you accomplished in your short life, if I can, that would be impressive. I don't think anyone in all of Christendom did as much good as Charlie Kirk in the last 10 years. That's why the left felt like he had to die. But I'm not going to allow that. I'm going to go to church. I'm going to get more involved in politics. I'm going to pick up a small percentage of what Charlie Kirk did. And I'm hoping that thousands more will get involved, go to church, have families, and carry on what he preached. There's a lot of video around this individual. Video shows man with weapons being detained near the scene of Utah University. I don't think that this is the guy. It looks like like airsoft or something. You have this old white guy.
Right outside of Carry On.
I don't think this is him.
Rifle on this dude's dash, and they just handcuffed him.
Apparently had a rifle on the dash. But if we look at that, if we skip ahead to them actually handling it, he's wearing black pants, but he's not wearing a black shirt or a mask. I think it's around 119. They're going through his stuff here. It looked to me like airsoft, like a pellet. Here's the picture. And a lot of people are like, well, that's a 22. 22 is not doing that kind of damage at 200 yards. Unless it was at 50 yards and everything's wrong. And even then, a 22 is maybe a tiny, tiny shell. I'm going to guess it's a 308 that was used. 308 Winchester round or 308 rifle, like deer hunting rifle. That's probably what was used. This has to be him. Based on the sound of the video, it was a rimfire 22. No, it wasn't. Again, part of what I try to do on this channel as a service, it would be great to put siren emojis and present everything as absolute fact, but I don't think this is the case. Now, it does have a suppressor on it, which is interesting. It's possible, but I don't think so. I don't think this is the guy we're looking for. Now, if he's in custody, you know, he could have just been caught up in a random sweep, basically, in like, hey, here's some guy with a weapon sitting on his dashboard. We're gonna arrest him. You know, I've been deer hunting all of my 60 years, and I personally have a hard time believing that this is the weapon after seeing the destruction that was done. The rifle that appears to be a bolt-action hunting rifle with a wooden stock-mounted scope resembles a Remington 700, but the photo's blurry. It did have a suppressor on the end. It did not sound to me like the shot that was fired was suppressed. This looks like a break barrel air weapon. Okay, so let's debunk that. I just want to remind you of who they took from us here.
Fox News decides Donald Trump is president of the United States. We've got our republic back, folks.
Let's go.
There it is.
Everybody should remember this moment. Look, I'm gonna echo Charlie from earlier.
Just a man that cared, right? Dan Bongino says, we will not rest. Well, I certainly hope not. Of course, people out there, I'm trying to save like my vitriol for the people celebrating his passing for tomorrow, later in the week. I want to honor Charlie Kirk. This one was hard to ignore. Hannah Molitor, employee at Nextdoor, helping children get ready for school. Head Start in Milwaukee, my state. That's why I want to call this out. An early childhood education center suggested Charlie deserved to lose his life. If all you spew is hate, then you're bound to get some in return. I hope she gets fired. I have been radicalized. But in the best way possible. In the way that I'm going to go to church. I'm going to encourage other people to go to church. I'm going to get politically involved at local and national levels. I'm going to be a vessel, like Charlie was, for freedom. Of course, Jezebel, we paid some Etsy wishes to curse Charlie Kirk. Then they're like, well, the story was published on September 8th, 2 days before he died. Jezebel condemns the taking of his life in the strongest possible terms. Really, do you, though? Now, there are a lot of people out there who are saying, oh, this individual was trans, blah, 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 blah. I have seen no evidence of that. There's this video here, which is suspect.
Oh, if it's a trans shooter, baby, the trans community. So this person here goes to the university. Of course, they, them, and look at what he said yesterday. He says here, Charlie Kirk is coming to my college tomorrow. I really hope someone evaporates him, literally. And then he writes, let's just say something big will happen tomorrow. So a trans student is saying this yesterday, and I also find it very, very odd that the person asking the question was asking Charlie about trans shooters before he got shot.
Yeah.
So FBI,
interesting.
Cash Patel, whoever the fuck this dude is, yeah, I think you should look into this.
Yeah, I mean, they could very well have been working together, multiple people working together. Again, witnesses speak out. The wrong man was arrested. Multiple witnesses on the ground say that the man police arrested was not the shooter.
I think whoever did it was a good shooter, a sharp shooter. It was one shot right directly to the heart, and we need to find out who
wasn't
did
the heart,
this.
I don't
I
think.
think there should be a research completely done that took place hours, maybe a day before anything went on. Who could be there and pull that trigger and do it? And I don't think it was George Zim. He was poor, broke. He was on medication, a little bit loony boon. Maybe a perfect person to pick and say that did it, but I don't think he did it at all.
So at this point, but did you?
They're talking about the patsy. They're talking about the patsy. That's what they're talking about. They're talking about the guy that everyone was pointing at, saying, this is the guy, this is the guy. I don't think he was either. Or maybe he had knowledge.
Did you see him taken into custody? Did you see him with any kind of thing in his hand, any device in his hand or anything like that?
Yeah, I saw when they actually put the handcuffs behind his back.
Okay.
I followed them.
All right,
when
we're
they
going to go
took
to
him
Jason
the trooper
Chaffetz.
car.
Witness claims he knew the man that police arrested for Charlie Kirk. And I turn around and they're arresting the guy, the person's name. Yeah, I know the guy. I don't think he did it. I think they arrested the wrong guy. I think whatever he did, they were, that's the clip we just saw. There's obviously this going around the web, but it's difficult to know in current year. It's difficult to know what's true, what's not. But these tweets were generated before the event. Okay? Before the event, those tweets were generated. And RFK Jr. wrote, once again, a bullet has silenced the most eloquent truth teller of an era. My dear friend Charlie Kirk was this country's relentless and courageous crusader for free speech. We pray for Erica and the children. Charlie is already in paradise with angels. We ask for prayers for this country. What I'm asking for is for people to get mobilized, radicalized in the way I'm talking about. Go to church, get involved, get these activist judges out of here, get these lunatics out of our schools. This says, look what someone posted yesterday right here on X. Charlie Kirk is coming to my college. Let's just say something big will happen. This is what happened then. The individual locked their account and changed their handle to this person can be easily traced. You can see this person. Again, there's no evidence of that. No evidence that they did anything. But here you go. Charlie Kirk got, I promised I didn't have anything to do with it, but I called it and it's so deserved. Just another deranged trans person. Certainly, possible. It's possible that they had nothing to do with it and they're just deranged. But I'd say let's probably detain them, figure out if maybe they knew who did. As of right now, Kash Patel has not offered any more information other than the fact that the person has been arrested. I'm going to keep it locked in. It's 7:30, almost 8 o'clock Eastern. If we get any more information on the individual that did that, I'll be uploading it. So make sure you subscribe, follow, turn notifications on. And I'm going to be all over this tomorrow and until we get justice for Charlie. We'll talk to you again real soon.